Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you having a Hyundai guys. It could be almost any Hyundai and you want to know what are the symptoms of rear struts and why it's so dangerous to drive if your rear struts are bad guys. Symptoms of bad rear struts, shocks, all that will be covered in this video today. Most of the Hyundais will use actually shocks. Shocks is the one that actually the spring is installed on the suspension and the shock is that suspension right here. The strut is usually coil, is spring on top of the strut. So let's go ahead and explain that now. Let me tell you a little bit about us before we start. Every single car we get at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we do that? Simply because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need guys in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video. That way we can keep making these absolutely free videos for you. If you need to buy any parts tools for a good price and quick shipping, check out the link in the description of the video below, and that's where you can get shocks and save quite a bit of money as well. So what are the symptoms of bad rear shocks? Pretty simple guys. If you look at that shock, okay, it actually makes your car stable. It prevents the wheel from bouncing up and down. If you have a spring only, the wheel will be all over the place, the car will be unstable. Now the first symptom of shocks going bad will be if you have oily surface right here. If the shock has oil around guys, leaking oil, everything looks oily, that's bad shock. Most likely it's losing pressure and eventually it will fail. Now also, now if you grab the shock, let's grab it with two hands and you try to compress it. Okay, and now pull it out. It's almost impossible to do that fast guys, okay, because there is pressure, you can see it holds. Now when the shock goes bad, it loses that pressure and practically you're driving on a spring. So what causes that? Instability at highway speeds. When you drive fast, your car will be super unstable, it will bounce everywhere, it will move. And that will be because the shocks are not holding good. Also, if you're taking turns, okay, the car will be very unstable as well, it will be shaking. Another thing, if you hit a pothole or some kind of bump on the road, you will feel your tire kind of like vibrating, okay, and the car will be unstable and kind of like you will feel it in the steering wheel. The car will try to wander off the road. Now, something else that can cause guys that, okay, what else can cause bad shocks will be actually if you're accelerating all of a sudden and the rear end kind of like dips, okay, you may have bad shocks guys. If all of a sudden you hit the brakes and you kind of like feel the front end of the car diving, that's because the rear is coming loose really fast and the front takes that actually weight and it will dive. So diving at when you're braking, that's another one. Tire bouncing excessively, we talked about that already. If you hit a pothole, the tire will bounce excessively. Also another thing that can cause that will be uneven tire wear. The tire will be going all over the place and eventually you can get really funny looking tire wear on the tire. Sometimes on the inside, on the outside, it can become spotty as well, like with low and high spots as well. But super unstable car, bounciness, okay, dipping front end, rear end dipping, okay, and unable to keep control of your car. So another thing, leaking fluid. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you for watching and see you guys next time.